Yes, a very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to do a lesson, and the name of the lesson is The Summit Within. So, this lesson, the author of this lesson is H.P.S. Ahluwalia. Okay, now Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia, his full name is Haripal Singh Ahluwalia. He was born on 6th November 1936. So he was born on 6th November 1936 in the year 1936. Okay, his birthplace. Now, his birthplace is Sialkot, Punjab province. Okay, British India. Now it is in Pakistan. He is famous as the first Indian to climb the Mount Everest. So he is famous that he is the first Indian to climb the Mount Everest. Now, Major Ahluwalia joined the Indian Army in the rank of an officer. Ahluwalia was a member of the first Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. Now, some of the awards that he got in 2009, Tenzing Norway National Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award for Lifetime. And in the year 1998, 1998 National Award for the Welfare of People with Disabilities. So this is all about Major HPS Ahluwalia. So now we shall begin with our lesson. Okay. Now before we start with our lesson, let me tell you something. Okay, about Major HPS Ahluwalia. He was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. Now, how did he feel when he stood on the highest point of the world? We want to see into this lesson how his feelings were when he reached the highest point in the world. Let us hear his story in his own words, climbing the summit and then the most difficult task of climbing the summit within. Yes, so we begin with this lesson. Of all emotions which surged through me as I stood on the summit of Everest, looking over miles of panorama below us. The dominant one, I think, was humility. The physical in me seemed to say, thank God, it's all over. However, instead of being jubilant, there was a tinge of sadness. Was it because I had already done the ultimate in climbing and there would be nothing higher to climb and all roads hereafter would lead down? Yes, children. So, what is Major Ahluwalia saying? What is he saying? Of all the emotions which surged, now surged here, the meaning is arose suddenly and intensely. Surged means arose suddenly and intensely. Okay, of all the emotions surged through me as I stood on the summit of the mountain. So when Major Aluwalia went to the top, okay, that is summit of the mountain, when he looked, okay, looking over miles of the panorama. Now, panorama means a view of the wide area. When he stood on the top of the mountain, when he saw, okay, the panorama is the wide or the view of the wide area. So, actually, when he stood there and when he saw, the physical in me seemed to say, thank God. He physically thanked God. Okay, it's all over, he says. It's all over. However, instead of being jubilant, okay, when he says it's all over, when he climbed the top of the mountain, he says everything is over, okay? Everything is over. When he saw the whole area, when he was on the mountain, okay, the panorama below us, and the dominant one, I think, was humility. So, the most dominant, the most powerful in him, what was it? He was feeling that it's nothing but it is humility. Humility means humbleness. Standing there, he felt very humble, very humility. Okay? Humbleness. The physical in me seemed to say, thank God. And physically, when he reached here, he thanked God. He says, thank God, it's all over. It's all over means what? The difficulty that he took in climbing to here and he has reached here. So now he's thanking God. Okay? However, instead of being jubilant, now here, what is jubilant? Jubilant means very happy. Jubilant means happy. However, instead of being jubilant, there was a tinge of sadness. So, Major Aluwalia, though he says that I have reached the summit, okay, he feels happy, but still in his heart there was a tinge of sadness. Now, tinge means trace or shade. Trace or shade. Okay. Now, was it because I had already done the ultimate? So it's the feeling that was it because I already reached on the top? This is the feeling that I'm having, he says. Okay. That is the ultimate in climbing. Ultimate means finally that he has climbed to the summit. And there would be nothing higher to climb, and all roads thereafter would lead down. And so he's feeling that ultimately I have reached on this top now. Okay, and what is next? What is higher than this? There's nothing higher than this. Again, he says he has to come down. Okay, all the roads thereafter would lead down. So he says now again I have to go down. By climbing the summit of Everest, you are overwhelmed by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. It is a joy which lasts a lifetime. The experiences changes you completely. The man who has been to the mountain is never the same again. So what here Major Aluwale is saying? Is saying that by climbing the summit, okay, for the Mount Everest, you are overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means you are touched, moved, okay, overwhelmed. So he says that you are touched when you climb on the top, okay, that's the summit, by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. Yes, whenever we have successes in our life, that is, we have climbed the top of the mountain. Okay, so how do we feel? We feel happy. Okay, we there's a joy, a happiness, and we also feel thankful. So the same thing, Major Aluwalia was very joyful. He was very thankful. It is a joy which lasts a lifetime. So he says that when we reach to this summit, it is a joy that is which lasts for lifetime. Okay, and the experience changes you completely. And going to the summit with all facing all the difficulties and reaching her, the joy that comes to you, the happiness that comes to you, and he feels that okay, the man changes himself completely. The experience changes himself completely. The man who has been to the mountain is never the same again. So when you reach here, he says that that man who reaches here to the summit, okay, he changes himself completely. He's never the same again. Okay, as I look back at life after climbing Everest, I cannot help remark, remarking about the other summit, the summit of the mind, no less formidable and no easier to climb. So now, as this is a physical mountain, okay, now he says, as I look back at life after climbing the Mount Everest, I cannot help remarking about the other summit. Now, what is the other summit? The other summit is within our hearts. Okay, the mountains that we're climbing daily into our day-to-day life. That is the other summit he's talking about. The summit of the mind. All of us got into our mind the summit, the mountains, every day that we are facing, everyday struggles that come across us and we face it. Okay, the fears, the troubles, the negativity. Okay, all these are the mind summits. Okay, the summit of mind. Not less formidable. Not less formidable. Formidable means difficult to overcome. Formidable means difficult to overcome. Difficult to overcome. And not easier to climb. So, Major Anwal is saying the summits that we are climbing of our mind, they are also very, very difficult. They are not easy. Even after, even when getting down from the summit, once the physical exhaustion had gone, I began asking myself the question why I had climbed Everest. Why did the act of reaching the summit have such a hold on my imagination? It was already a thing of the past, something done yesterday. With every passing day, I would become more remote. And then what would remain? Would my memories fade slowly away? So what is now Major Aluwale saying? What is saying? Even when getting down from the summit, so as he was getting down from the summit, okay, once the physical exhaustion had gone, physical exhaustion means physical tiredness. Now exhaustion means physical tiredness. Okay, that is, he says, as he was coming down, okay, once the physical exhaustion had gone, I began thinking, asking myself some questions. So he was asking to him some questions. What are the questions that he answers? He says, why I had climbed the Everest. Okay, the question he answers to himself, why did I climb the Everest? Why did the act of reaching the summit had such a hold on my imagination? So reaching the top of the mountain, he says, why? Okay, why did it have such a hold on my imagination, on my thinking? It was already a thing that has a thing of the past, something done yesterday. So thinking yesterday what I've done, that is I reached the peak on the top. Why does it have so much uh, history? Why did I the act of reaching the summit have much hold that is already been done? It's already past. Okay, yesterday I have climbed the mountain. It's already, but why is it having such a hold on my imagination? He's saying. But with every passing day, it would come, okay, more remote. So it's like every passing day, it will be more remote. And then what would remain? Would my memories fade away soon? So it's like, did my memories, that is, will I forget this everything soon? All these thoughts led me to question myself as why people climb mountains. It is not easy to answer the questions. The simplest answer would be as others have said, because it is there, it's present, it presents great difficulties. Man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. The obstacles in climbing a mountain are physical. A climb to a summit means endurance, persistence, and a willpower. The demonstration of these physical qualities is no doubt exhilarating as it was for me also. So now here, what is Major Aluwal saying? Okay, now he asks himself these two questions as he was coming down. Okay, and the question, as he's still questioning himself, and the answers he want to find to these questions. Okay, the simplest answer would be was to have, because there are mountains, we have to climb those mountains. He says it's present. Okay, it presents great difficulties. Man take delight. Man is happy in climbing the mountains. That's what he's feeling. Okay, the obstacles in climbing the mountain are physical. The climb to a summit means, now what does this climb to a summit means? To climb on the top, what does it mean? He says that it means endurance. Now he's saying that climbing to a mountain means endurance. Okay. Now endurance means situation without giving away. Endurance means situation without giving away. Okay. So it's telling endurance. Then he's saying persistence. The course of action in spite of difficulties. So the next that says persistent, the course of action with lots of difficulties, that is known as persistence, and the willpower. The willpower is the determination that we should have to climb this mountain. So we need to climb these mountains. The three things that we need. He's talking about what we need. Okay, not only the mountains that are within us. That also, what are those? Those are three things he says. So he says that endurance, persistence, and willpower. Now, endurance in other word is stamina. You should have that stamina to climb on the top. You cannot give away with all if whatever difficulties that come, you have to face those difficulties to climb the summit. Not only the mountain summit, the mountain that is within us, within our minds, that also. Okay, we have to have that. That is, first thing is endurance. Endurance means the stamina. Okay, second is what he's talking, persistence. That is continuation. Whatever difficulties may come, I will not leave it and go away. I will face it and continue it. That should be there. Whatever mountains that you want to climb, whatever you want to be in your life, okay, you cannot give up. You have to, whatever comes, you have to go on continuing it. So that is known as persistence. And the willpower. Willpower is something that is determination. That I am determined, I have to go on the top, what may come my way. So that is what he's saying. That these three things are very important. That the first thing is endurance, second is persistence, and third is willpower. No doubt, exhilarating as it was for me. Okay, exhilarating means no doubt it says it was exhilarating means very exciting. Okay, exhilarating the meaning that is very exciting. Okay, so what are the three things that are important? He says to climb the mountain or to climb the summit. What are those three things? Somebody can tell me the answer? Endurance, persistence, and willpower. Very good. So these things are very important. Okay. So he's telling no doubt. Okay, they're very exciting as it was for himself, as it was for me also. I have more personal answers to the questions. From my childhood, I had been attracted by mountains. I had been miserable lost when away from mountains in the plains. Mountains are nature at its best. Their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge, and like many, I believe that mountains are a means of communication with God. So this is what now Major Aluwale is telling. He's telling, okay, his personal questions that he has answers he has from his childhood. He says that he is always attracted towards the mountains. As a child, he was also very attracted towards the mountains. Okay, I had I had been miserable. Miserable means unhappy. Okay, I had been miserable, lost. Miserable, lost. Miserable meaning is unhappy, sad. So he says he was sad because he feels that he is connected with the mountains, especially when he was in the plains where he was staying. There were no mountains; there were only plains. Okay, so he says in his childhood he has seen the mountains and he was so much connected with the mountains. And when away from the mountains in the plains, so he calls mountains are nature's best. Okay, they are the best forms in the form of mountains. These are the best. Okay, and their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge. So he calls his mountains as they are very beautiful. Majestic means royal. Okay, the meaning of majesty means they are so royal. Mountains is saying pose a great challenge. And like many, I believe that mountains are a means of communication with God. He feels that he can communicate with God, he can talk with God. Okay, so he feels mountains are something that he was missing in his when he was grown up. In his childhood, he was connected, he says, with the mountains. But when he grew up, when he was in the plains, okay, they were no mountains. And he feels that mountains are a means of communication, a state of feeling of close relationship with God. Okay. Once having granted this, the question remains why Everest? Because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. It is brutal struggle with rocks and ice. Once taken up, it cannot be given up halfway, even when one's life is at stake. The passage back is as difficult as the passage onwards. And then, when the summit is climbed, there is the acceleration, the joy of having done something. He sends The sense of a battle fought and won. There is a feeling of victory and of happiness. So now he is telling when he was climbing the mountain, what are the difficulties that he faced. Okay, now what is saying? Once having granted this question remains why Everest? You see, why did I climb the Everest? Okay, because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. So he says these are the mountains. The Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. Okay, and so he says because it is the highest. Okay, it is the mightiest. It's very big. Okay, strongest, the very big mountain, and has defied many previous attempts. And there are many people who try to climb this mountain but are unable to climb this mountain. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. Okay, ounce means unit of measurement. Ounce means it's unit of measurement. Okay. So what he's saying, it takes the last ounce of the energy. So even the little energy that is there in you, it takes it away. It's so difficult to climb the Mount Everest. It is brutal. Brutal means harsh. It is brutal. Brutal means harsh. Okay, it's brutal struggle with rocks and ice. Now Mount Everest it is full of rocks covered with ice. Okay, and it's a very difficult task to climb the Mount Everest. Once taken up, it cannot be given up halfway. So Major Aluwalia what is saying now if you are taken up the task to climb up, you cannot give it halfway. Even to go back, it's a very, very difficult task. You cannot go back once you come half the way. You cannot go back. You have to. It's difficult to go on top. Also, it's difficult to come down. That's what he wants to say. You cannot be given up halfway, even when one's life is at stake. Okay. Now, one's life is at stake. Here it's a phrase. Underline that word. At stake. Okay, at risk, at stake means it's a phrase at stake, S-T-A-K, stake. As I said, it's a phrase. It means at risk. Okay, so it's at risk. The passage is as difficult as the passage onward. So it's saying to move front also, it's very difficult. Also to come back, it's very difficult. So he's saying that the passage back is difficult as the passage onwards. And then when the summit is climbed, there is an acceleration of joy. And if you are successful in climbing the top, okay, then you are very lucky, and that joy is a very different joy. Okay, when you reach the summit, something having done something, the sense of a battle fought and won. There is a feeling of victory and happiness. Yes, surely when we reach the top, even when you are successful in doing something, okay, how you feel, the joy, the happiness that you get when you do something and when you are successful. Yes, the victory. You feel happy, you feel very joyous. So, the children, we shall continue in the next class, the remaining part.